Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Nixie Bob's. And I'm still a little bit sick with the throat. I did stay awake half the night coughing, so I'm only partly awake, but it's cool because it's a very exciting day because we finally have our hands, or I finally have my hands, on something that's eluded me for months since it came out, and it's like a cult product. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Here it is. Look at its wonderfulness. Ideally, I would have the shade Fair, but Fair was sold out, so I've gone for the shade of Light, which is the second best option. Looking at the shades, Fair and Light aren't really a dissimilar shading from each other. I think one has more cool undertones and the other one has more pinky undertones. So I think there's just a slight difference. The only thing I will say that's a slight drawback, and I have called up on it, the sponge given to me is completely not the sponge seen online. It's a totally different shape, and I don't quite know why that is. So this product has literally been everywhere. Everyone who's anyone has said it's the most amazing thing in the world. It's the best concealer ever. It's amazing. So we've heard. I don't know. I've never tried it. I was originally going to say it's a really generously sized product, but it's actually really no different in mil amount to the Tarte Water Concealer that I can't remember the name of, that you're going to have to remind me of. Rainforest of the Sea. These two are exactly the same amount, believe it or not. For travel purposes, if I was going somewhere, I would probably be inclined to take this one because it's a plastic bottle. This one is glass, so you'd be worried about this smashing. So I do have the shade Fair and Light in here to compare if anyone out there is worried. I would personally say that the Light actually looks more light than the Fair, which is strange. You would think that they'd be similar colorings, but I'll just give a swatch comparison of Fair versus Light. Bearing in mind we do have two different concealers, and a lot of these times shades do vary. So this is Shape Tape in Light, and this is Rainforest of the Sea Water Concealer in Fair. As you can probably see, there's not a huge amount of difference at all. In fact, if anything, the light seems to be moulding to my skin that little bit better. So I am absolutely really excited about trying this out. I have put my hair back mainly because I haven't washed it today. You guys don't need to know that. There is a gnat flying around this room. Thank you for that. I'm pretty much ready to go. I just need to apply foundation. Obviously, I use powder-based foundations, so I can't really apply a liquid concealer if I've put a powder foundation over, because it'll all look very weird. I have to apply the powder foundation over the top. So we're going to try this out right now. First impression, haven't done one of these in a while. Very excited, let me tell you. So the Rainforest of the Sea is more water-based, and the one thing I noticed about this just from swatching it is that it's it's a lot thicker than the Rainforest of the Sea, which is slightly thinner consistency. I've always had amazing results with that one. In fact, you've seen me using it on more than one occasion on this channel. From watching other videos, I do know that this seems to come out quite thick and quite fast, and you do get a lot on the applicator, so I'm going to be very careful how I apply it, because I do find that some do stick in my baby line that I have under here. So what are we looking for with this concealer? Well, number one, I'm looking for coverage. Secondly, and most importantly, I'm looking for how does it sit on the skin. Does it crease? Does it crack? Does it dry? Does it feel good? Does it improve any fine lines and wrinkles we have? I do have some, and I'm 28, but I do have obviously a few little bits going on here and here. Nothing dire, but you do start obviously at my age wanting to cover that up at, did I say 27 or 28? I'm 27. You do start at my age wanting to cover up any fine lines you're seeing. We just get a little concerned of lines at this point. I have nothing on under the eye. I used a little Lizzo eye cream earlier on. I've had nothing under here. Generally, I would use this underneath any eye primer because it's just a holy grail product. That thing is freaking awesome. But I'm not going to do that because obviously for the process of science, we have to try it out as we see it. So let's go ahead and try it out. Wow, you do get a lot on this wand. So I'm not going to go overboard. I'm going to do a small triangle of light under my eye like that. And I've already can tell you I've got a lot on there. So much so that I don't even need to go back in the pot. So that's all I'm going to do. That's all I would feel I would need to do to cover up any dark circles I have. Let me tell you, the Liz Earle eye cream has been a really, really great help in helping the darkness. When they say that brightens, it's definitely helped me out. We can confirm the sponges with this item can vary, and while currently getting this amended, sorry for any inconvenience caused here. It's not an inconvenience, I just would have preferred the one that came with. But I do actually like the flatter end that this brush has, this sponge has, as opposed to the other slightly more almost diamondy pointed shape that we see. We still got the pointed end, but I am actually more excited about this one. I have left this on for a few seconds as well while we've been nattering. This is something I would generally do. I generally put an under eye concealer on, and the way that you see these bake powders being used, I let my natural body warmth warm it up before applying it right into the skin. That's just something I've always done. So I'm going to take the flat end of this brush and I'm going to pat that into here. This is a lot of product, let me tell you. You do not need to use a great deal of product because this definitely comes out very well. So I'm just going to hold my skin here and pull down where that line is, just to pat away any possibility of getting anything caught in there. In case we've got any excess product, I'm going to use the pointed end here just to concentrate on my inner corner, and I can already see a major difference right there. It's settled really well. It doesn't feel like it's dried. It's actually just set on the skin to the point where I can touch that and not get a single thing off. The light definitely molds well with my skin tone, which I was worried about. So I'm glad to know that I can use light in the absence of fair. It looks fantastic. In one coat, I would not apply any more than that. I am literally wowed by that. I've got no darkness. I haven't had to use this. Wow. This lives up to the claims big time. So we can see now a comparison of eye versus eye. You can see where I have all the darkness here, and we're literally in one small triangle of light. That has done the job. Wow. I'm trying not to squeal with excitement, but that has really just, literally, I can go like that and not see any element of darkness. As of right now, nothing has set in the baby line either. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, and so this was so worth waiting for, man. Seriously, wow. I feel like I could stare at that result all day. Even the puffiness, it's even improved the slight bit of puffiness I have under my eye. I'm amazed. That's incredible. That's just so amazing. Christ. Huh. Look at that. Are you seeing the same result I am right now? Okay, let's get it on the other eye and then we can just look at the amazingness of it together. So I'm actually going to dab a lot off that wand because it's clear that the wand actually does hold half the secret. And I'm going to reapply that triangle we saw there. I definitely think letting the body heat settle in does a good job. Literally, I would not even need to put any setting powder over that. So while that warms in, Shape Tape on QVCUK.com recommends retails at £28 for both pieces. I was lucky enough to be searching this over the weekend and find out that it was on Easy Pay for 2 lots of £14. So of course I went in there like a crazy lady. I probably wouldn't have done it without the Easy Pay, purely for financial reasons, but also because fair wasn't available. I was taking a bit of a dive with the light, and I'm glad I did because I will absolutely keep this. Obviously I do want to compare it with fair because fair may be a little bit more brightening on my skin tone, but light I can absolutely use as I can't stop looking at it, I'm sorry. So that's settled in now for a few seconds, so we're going to use the flat end of this different sponge again. And I know with a lot of these beauty blenders I think you are meant to wet them. I just as a whole prefer to use them dry. That's just how I feel about them. Same thing again, I'm just going to hold slightly there. It's also going to correct any slight eyeshadow mistakes I had going on there. And flip it over, just blot in that inner corner, and done. Jesus Christ. Hell on earth. I can see what all the fuss is about. I really can. This has got so many stars everywhere that I've seen. It's literally settled in. Literally in seconds. It does not feel drying. It feels it feels as moisturizing as this. It does not feel heavy. I almost feel like there's just nothing there. Okay, you can definitely see the results of this too, right? Like, I'm not over exaggerating or getting excited here, right? Okay, this is the best first impression I've ever done. This is the best one ever, because literally this has an immediate result and it's living up to everything it said and more. I'm impressed. I give this literally 25 billion stars out of 10, okay, literally. I'm going to leave it for a bit and come back within about an hour just to see if it has creased under the eyes, and then we'll finish the video. So I'll see everyone in like half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, big time, okay? Okay, so it's been like probably about half an hour, 45 minutes since I put this on, probably closer to an hour. Yeah, closer to an hour. I can't keep time. And I will show you that we have not had a single movement. Nothing at all is caught in the lines under my eyes. This is normally the first one to go actually, but there is nothing. Obviously, I'm naturally going to have a little bit of a set line there. That's just not going to go unless you had like some sort of... Have you seen those products where you can actually fill lines in with things? I wouldn't use those. But yeah, 100% impressed with this. The colour is definitely a great match for my skin as well. But as I say, I'm definitely holding out to have fair and be able to compare the two in terms of colour. But this, if you're on a waiting list, or you're trying to get this on Tarte.com, or you're trying to get on QVCUK, or maybe even Tarte's actual website, which is actually frequently sold out as well, it is 1000% worth the wait. Pale ladies as well, if you can't get hold of fair, give light a try, because it moulds to my skin tone seamlessly and beautifully. You won't be disappointed. I'm in love. I'm literally, everything I just showed you was a complete first impression. And you guys know how brutally honest I can be. I would not talk a product up if I did not think it was absolutely worth it. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I hope it lasts a long time, because at £28, it's not exactly a cheap product, but it is absolutely beneficial having it on QVCUK to be able to get the sponge applicator. But obviously you could use anything you wanted. I've got another Tarte brush there with a sponge end. The one that I've actually been using to apply it under eye concealers recently as well is the little Bare Minerals brush that actually came with one of the sets that I had. This has actually been a really good one. So it's not like you're limiting yourself to just using the sponge. I do agree with some of the people saying that they'd rather not have the sponge, that they'd rather have two like in a duo. I think that's a great idea, and if they did that, I'd totally be there buying that. Thank you everyone for watching this first impression. I'm gonna just go and enjoy this product forever and hope that I can squeeze as much out of it as I possibly can. It is going nowhere. It is staying in my makeup kit over here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do. If you'd like to follow Twitter, because I neglect Instagram, please do. Don't get mean on the channel. I'll see everyone again for another video of anything going on at all. I'll see everyone again. Bye.